It's been a really, really messed up week. Some days torture, some days better. La la la, la la la.
Corporate governance. It's a term we hear often in the business world, but what does it truly mean? Simply put, corporate governance is the system of rules, practices, and processes by which companies are directed and controlled. It's about ensuring that companies are managed in a responsible and ethical manner, with the interests of all stakeholders considered. Think of it as the framework that holds a company together, providing structure and guidance for its operations. Just as a well-designed building needs a solid foundation to stand the test of time, so too does a company need strong corporate governance to thrive in today's dynamic business environment. Corporate governance encompasses a wide range of areas, from financial reporting and risk management to board composition and executive compensation. It's about creating a culture of accountability and transparency, where stakeholders can have confidence that the company is being run in a fair and ethical manner. In essence, corporate governance is about building trust between a company and its investors, its employees, its customers, and the wider community. And in today's interconnected world where trust is more valuable than ever, strong corporate governance is not just good practice, it's essential for success. In today's complex and interconnected business world, the importance of strong corporate governance cannot be overstated. It's no longer just a nice-to-have, but a fundamental requirement for any company that wants to succeed in the long term. Why is it so crucial? Because good corporate governance is intrinsically linked to a company's performance and sustainability. When a company embraces sound governance practices, it creates a more stable and predictable environment for investors. This, in turn, can lead to increased investor confidence, a higher stock price, and greater access to capital. But the benefits extend far beyond the bottom line. Strong corporate governance also fosters a culture of ethical behavior and integrity. It helps to mitigate risks, improve decision-making, and enhance the company's reputation. In contrast, poor corporate governance can have devastating consequences. We've seen time and again how companies with weak governance structures can fall prey to scandals, financial irregularities, and even complete collapse. These failures not only harm the company and its stakeholders, but also erode public trust in the business world as a whole. In an era where corporate scandals can spread like wildfire on social media, a company's reputation is one of its most valuable assets. Good corporate governance is essential for protecting and enhancing that reputation, building trust with stakeholders, and ensuring the long-term sustainability of the business. Strong corporate governance doesn't happen by chance. It's built on a foundation of key principles that guide a company's actions and decision-making. These principles act as the pillars supporting the structure of good governance, and each plays a crucial role in creating a culture of integrity and responsibility. Transparency. At its core, transparency is about open and honest communication. Companies with good governance are committed to providing clear and accurate information to their stakeholders, including investors, employees, customers, and the public. This means being upfront about their financial performance, their business practices, and any risks they face. It also means having clear and accessible channels for stakeholders to raise concerns and seek information. Accountability. Every action has a consequence. Accountability in corporate governance ensures that individuals within the company are held responsible for their decisions and actions. This applies not just to management, but to the board of directors as well. Clear lines of accountability help to prevent abuses of power, encourage ethical behavior, and ensure that mistakes are identified and corrected promptly. Fairness. A level playing field is essential. Fairness in corporate governance means treating all stakeholders equitably and with respect. This includes considering the interests of minority shareholders, valuing the contributions of employees, and engaging with the concerns of the wider community. Fairness is not about favoring one group over another, but about finding a balance that benefits all stakeholders in the long run. When these principles are embraced and implemented effectively, they create a solid foundation for good corporate governance, fostering trust, mitigating risks, and paving the way for sustainable success. Section 4. Guardians of Governance, the roles of key players. Corporate governance is not a spectator sport. It requires the active participation of various stakeholders, each with their own unique roles and responsibilities. Understanding these roles is essential for grasping how good governance functions in practice. The Board of Directors. Think of them as the stewards of the company. Elected by shareholders, the board provides oversight of the company's management, ensuring that the company is being run in the best interests of its stakeholders. This includes setting strategic direction, approving major decisions, and holding management accountable for performance. A well-functioning board is characterized by its independence, diversity of thought, and commitment to upholding the highest ethical standards. Management. Led by the CEO, the management team is responsible for the day-to-day operations of the company. They implement the strategic direction set by the board, make operational decisions, and manage the company's resources. Good governance requires that management act with integrity, transparency, and accountability, keeping the board informed and seeking their guidance on significant matters. Shareholders. As the owners of the company, shareholders have a vested interest in its success. They exercise their rights by voting on key matters, such as the election of directors, and engaging with the company on issues of concern. Active and engaged shareholders play a vital role in holding the board and management accountable. Other stakeholders. The impact extends outwards. Employees, customers, suppliers, and the wider community are also stakeholders in a company's success. Good corporate governance recognizes the importance of considering their interests and strives to create a positive impact on all stakeholders. This includes fair labor practices, environmental responsibility, and ethical business dealings. By understanding and fulfilling their respective roles, these key players contribute to a robust system of corporate governance, ensuring that the company operates with integrity, transparency, and a commitment to the long-term interests of all. Section 5. Putting it into practice: examples of corporate governance in action. Corporate governance is not merely a theoretical concept. It has real-world implications that manifest in the daily operations of companies. Let's examine some practical examples of how good governance principles translate into tangible actions. Independent board members. A company committed to good governance might appoint a significant number of independent directors to its board. These directors, free from any conflicts of interest, provide unbiased oversight of management, ensuring that decisions are made in the best interests of all stakeholders. Transparent financial reporting. Imagine a company that publishes detailed and easy-to-understand financial reports, going beyond the minimum legal requirements. This transparency allows investors to clearly assess the company's financial health, fostering trust and confidence in the company's management. Whistleblower protection. A company truly embracing good governance might establish a robust whistleblower protection program. This program empowers employees to report unethical behavior or potential wrongdoing without fear of retaliation, demonstrating a commitment to ethical conduct and accountability. Stakeholder engagement. Picture a company that actively engages with its stakeholders through regular dialogue and consultation. This could involve seeking feedback from employees, customers, and community members, demonstrating that their voices are heard and their concerns are taken seriously. These examples showcase how good corporate governance principles can be implemented in practical ways, creating a more ethical, transparent, and accountable business environment. Section 6. Navigating the challenges. Obstacles to effective governance. While the benefits of good corporate governance are undeniable, the path to achieving it is not without its challenges. Companies often face various obstacles in their quest to implement and maintain effective governance practices. Resistance to change. One of the most significant hurdles is resistance to change. Entrenched interests within a company might resist adopting new governance practices, fearing a loss of power or control. Overcoming this resistance requires strong leadership, clear communication about the benefits of good governance, and a willingness to address concerns constructively. Short-term focus. In today's fast-paced business world, there's often intense pressure for short-term results. This can lead to a myopic focus on immediate profits, potentially at the expense of long-term sustainability and ethical considerations. Good governance requires a long-term perspective, recognizing that ethical and sustainable practices are essential for long-term value creation. Lack of resources. Implementing and maintaining robust governance systems can require significant resources, including financial investment, specialized expertise, and dedicated personnel. Smaller companies in particular might struggle to allocate the necessary resources, highlighting the need for scalable solutions and support for businesses of all sizes. Complexity and evolving regulations. The regulatory landscape governing corporate governance is constantly evolving and can be complex to navigate. Staying abreast of new laws, regulations, and best practices can be a daunting task, requiring companies to invest in legal expertise and compliance systems. Addressing these challenges head-on is essential for companies to fully realize the benefits of good governance. This requires a proactive approach, a commitment to continuous improvement, and a willingness to learn and adapt to the changing business environment. Section 7. Reaping the rewards, the benefits of strong corporate governance. Investing in strong corporate governance is not just about ticking boxes or complying with regulations. It's about creating a more resilient, ethical, and ultimately more successful business. The benefits of good governance are numerous and far-reaching, impacting a company's financial performance, reputation, and long-term sustainability. Increased trust and confidence. When investors trust that a company is run ethically and transparently, they are more likely to invest their money. This increased investor confidence can translate into a higher stock price, better access to capital, and a stronger competitive advantage. Reduced risk of scandals and misconduct. Strong governance structures help to mitigate the risk of scandals and ethical breaches that can damage a company's reputation and financial well-being. By promoting transparency, accountability, and ethical decision-making, good governance creates a culture where such risks are minimized. Improved decision-making. When a company has clear lines of accountability, open communication channels, and a commitment to ethical behavior, it fosters an environment where better decisions are made. This leads to more informed strategic choices, more effective risk management, and ultimately, better outcomes for all stakeholders. Enhanced reputation and brand value. In today's interconnected world, a company's reputation is paramount. Good corporate governance enhances a company's reputation for ethical behavior, social responsibility, and transparency, which strengthens its brand and builds trust with customers, employees, and the wider community. Ultimately, strong corporate governance is not merely a compliance exercise, it's an investment in the long-term success and sustainability of a business. By embracing the principles of transparency, accountability, and fairness, companies can create lasting value, foster trust with their stakeholders, and navigate the complexities of the modern business world with integrity and resilience.